Hi everyone. One of the hard things I find about winter is the sort of the inner battle of your body has to slow down to your mind's pace because you just can't move as quickly in the winter with the snow. Things are just harder that way. And you're like cold to start and then you're moving and you got your snowsuit on and then you get hot. So we have this sleigh for the ATV. Pelican is the brand. We just get it at Canadian Tire in Canada. And this thing is super duper handy. If you have an ATV and you have property and you are in the snow, we have used it quite a bit for hauling around some wood and materials and yeah, all sorts of things. It comes with an extra hitch that you have to buy and put on. And unfortunately last year it was parked over in the snow and then Steve accidentally hit it with the bobcat with the snowblower and wrecked the hitch. Last year I'd been using it with a piece of rope to tow, which is fine, but when you go downhill, the sleigh ends up hitting the ATV. So I've been finding I've not been wanting to use it because it's broken. So I thought I would just get, hi Clyde, I thought I would just get a new one and hook it up. So I'm gonna do that now. You know, one of the things that I'm thinking about, I'm kind of picking away through the comments for the workshop video, and I feel like even at this point I'm leaning towards having it up closer to the house. It's there's some really good reasons to have it down by the sawmill and some really good reasons to have it up by the house. But ease of use, ease of build would be better down by the sawmill. Be easier to build down there. But in terms of long-term use, it would make it easier to use that shop if it was up by the house. Because a lot of the time we are in the driveway over here by the RV shelter. The main workshop for the house is in the house. Carports are here. So I think that in general, it would get used more. It'd be easier to access. You know, if I'm here and I need to do something and work on something and I need some of my own tools, I can just come from the driveway and go over to the workshop to get those things. Whereas if this workshop is down by the sawmill, then I have to go all the way down to the sawmill, which isn't super far, I guess. It's like maybe 150 yards, but when you're trudging through the deep snow, I think that might be a hindrance. But then there's also other things like it's easier to build it down there. It's more private down there. Some really good reasons to have it in both locations. So I'm really still mulling that over. Also the electricity part, power issue. It's easier to have it up by the house. It's a balance. You gotta weigh the pros and cons. So it looks like on the diagram that it looks like it's hooked up to a snowmobile in the diagram, which typically I don't think has a hitch. And it would kind of go like this on the back of the sled. So that's one way I could hook it up. We've always hooked it up to the hitch on this ATV, which does require me to remove the hitch. Oh, that's awfully easy. Go find some sort of pin. Forget what we used before. Let me go look. I found this in the workshop, but it's too big. So something like this, but smaller. Uno momento. That with a washer and a couple of nuts is the only thing that I can find. It's not probably ideal, but in a pinch it'll work.
You are so cute. You are so cute. You are just the cutest bear I've ever seen. You are just the cutest baby bear ever.
We've had a little bit of a weird winter so far. Honestly, it's been mild, no snow, and then we got snow, and then it got so cold you couldn't even go outside. And then it got warm and it started raining, and We have not even had our ski trail open yet that we have on our own property, which we have had for every year for the last 5 or 6 years or something. The packer actually got stuck because it was really sugary, powdery snow, and Steve got stuck with it. So it sat there stuck for a couple of weeks, and then we managed to get it out. But now the snow is just like so wet and heavy that it's not really groomable anyway. But anyway, we're a little bit sad that we haven't been able to access all of the property and ski it. Steve had actually said to me the other day, he's like,
We haven't even been down to the creek. I think we should have a bonfire down there.
and I was like,
You're right. We should.
I need to change snowsuits. Okay, so we're gonna put on the newest edition, which was another thrift store find. It's actually still pretty hot of a snowsuit. Like warm, but I don't know. I have a thing for onesie snowsuits. Like, I just think they're the coolest thing. I'm still gonna be too hot, but it's not very often that you get to rock vintage onesie snowsuits. For some reason, the battery keeps dying on the ATV, so I've already had to jump start it once to get it out of the shelter and drove it around, but it's dead again, so I'm gonna have to jump it again. Okay, here we are. There's my shed. You can see I was down here earlier. Pulled the ATV in there just to kind of see what it was like. Over there is the burning barrel. There's a lot of snow here to make this space usable. And I brought our little electric snowblower. It's the only one that we have. Works just fine for us. It's really light and portable. And to power it, I'm going to use my new power station from Blue-uary. Big thank you to Blue-uary for sponsoring the video today. I have the Blue-uary AC200L, which is basically a direct upgrade from the AC200 Max. It is full of lithium iron phosphate battery cells with over 3,000 life cycles with an 80% capacity retention after 3,000 full charge and discharge cycles. 2,048 watt-hour capacity, and it's got a pure sine wave inverter that is capable of an AC output of 2,400 watts. But it's got the powerlifting mode, so if you enable the powerlifting mode, you can get up to 3,600 watts of AC output, which is insane. You can change that setting either on the unit itself, or you can use the app to do that. So the app is both Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled. It's honestly pretty intuitive, and you've got a lot of settings in the app that you can play around with. This also has the UPS home backup, which is uninterruptible power source backup. There are 11 versatile output interfaces on this unit, 4 AC outlets, 1 RV outlet, 2 100-watt fast-charging USB-C ports, 2 USB-A ports, 1 12-volt DC output, and new on the market is a 48-volt direct battery output. Now, Blue-uary has plans to provide accessories for this in the future, but it will power high-amp 12-volt appliances. We had a power outage just a few days ago lasting about an hour, right at dinner prep time, so the AC200L was there to save the night. Now this unit has very fast charging capabilities with no bulky adapter. AC charging at 2,400 watts will get you up to 80% charge in just 45 minutes and a full charge in 2 hours. It allows a maximum solar input of 1,200 watts and is capable of a full charge in 2 hours. AC and solar combined, 2,400 watts, can get you from 0 to full charge in about 1 hour. What's nice about not having a gas-powered snowblower is you can just stop it, like to take a break. Because I'm roasting now, I'm gonna have to take my snowsuit off. Good thing I put pants on. the next thing I need to do is just create a little bit of a pathway to get to my burning barrel. Combination of snowblower and shoveling will have to be. One of the other great features of the AC200L is it offers flexible expandability, allowing you to connect the unit to other external batteries. The options are the B300 battery, the B230, and the not yet released B210. Another notable upgrade from the older models, the AC200 Max and the AC200P, is the LCD screen. It's a good arm workout. There. Wasn't so bad. Don't know what all the fuss was about. Happy Friday night. Not that that really matters, but because when you're watching this, it's probably not going to be Friday night, but I had wanted to kind of have this evening for Steve. He's had a long week at work and he had mentioned about having a bonfire down here. I'm just going to get this going and then I'll call Steve and I'll tell him to come down on the ATV. I just brought some sausages and some sourdough bread, ketchup, mustard. Ketchup, sausages, bread. Come in 20 minutes, maybe a little less. Yeah, keep puppies in. Okay, bye. Wouldn't it be pretty cool if there was like a tent over there set up and I was gonna stay the night down here and have a hot tub? Call me crazy, but I think that would be pretty fun. Supper's ready. Just about. What do you think of the supper I'm making for you?
Really good.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I know you had a hard week at work, so I wanted to do this for you.
Typical week.
Give it to you like this.
Good. What do I do?
Well, somehow eat it.
There. I just put it in my hand. Okay.
Hot. Ketchup and mustard?
Yeah. Breakfast. Geben Sie mir.
I've been eating Eigenfliegen.
Breakfast. Good, thanks. Breakfast.
Now, if this isn't a romantic evening, I don't know what is, you guys. Speaking of romance, Valentine's Day is fast approaching, and Bluetti is, of course, having a Valentine's Day sale with a limited time offer from February 2nd to 18th, with savings up to $2,500 Canadian. Check out the links in my description to get your hands on your own Bluetti AC200L. This was an amazing evening. One of the things I've mentioned a few times now over videos is that my priority for this winter is to work on the cliff cabin and get it done. Now, I guess the definition of done is subjective, but at least get it to looking and functioning pretty much like a cabin. And then I can pick away at some of the smaller stuff later on. But getting out there has to be worked around the rest of the family's schedule. And then my time out there is feels like peanuts compared to what I would like it to be, put it that way. So I have to maximize on my time out there. And if there's something I can do from home that's working towards that goal for that cabin, then I will do that. One of the things is firewood that I think I can work on, because I have to spend time out there getting the firewood each time. I don't have a strong supply at the ready, and it is a bit damp from it being winter. It's already dead and dry, but I have to spend time drying it out a little bit before I can use it. I have birch here, so I thought I would buck up some birch, dry it on the heated floor for a few days, and then take it out in a big kind of Tupperware, and that will give me extra time while I'm out there so I don't have to go get firewood. Now this is funny. Steve was like, "Why are you hooking the trailer up to the hitch? That's not where it goes." I was like, "Where does it go?" He's like, "Back here." And I was like, "Oh, right. Now I remember." And that's there's the bolt. So the cubic mini grizzly, I think I could look it up, but I think I was cutting around 8 inches and that was fine. I think you could make it a little bit longer, but I like to stuff it, and it's easier to use slightly shorter pieces than full length to achieve that. So one of them is already good. This one I'll just cut. Who's ready to go chop some firewood? Just kidding. Okay, that's it for the wood, the firewood. I think I have a good haul there. I'm gonna let it dry for a few days. Good enough haul, keeping in mind that I have to carry it down there somehow. Probably, I don't know, in a duffel bag or a plastic tote. But that will buy me an extra 2 or 3 nights, I would guess. So that is helpful. The other thing that I was thinking that I could work on from home is the loft ladder, which is the next thing that I want to work on for that cabin. After that, I don't know, I think the siding, probably the siding. Now I'm in a dilemma. I always try to think, like I said, can I build something from home or do something from home to make the process out there faster or more efficient? And I've been humming and hawing, going back and forth about this ladder idea and whether or not I should build it out of some of that leftover cedar that I built the loft out of, because of the fact that I'm going to probably store the ladder up underneath the loft. Cabin is only 10 by 10. I really can't think of anywhere else sleek to store the ladder, like out of the way and where it would not stick out like a sore thumb. I don't want to hang it in any other part of the loft. I'm torn between if I try to build it out of some lumber that I have here at home, like something left over from the sawmill, or if I should just go out there and build it out of the leftover cedar dock, like the dock stuff. And I think I know the answer, and then I change my mind, and then I change my mind again, and then I've changed my mind again in the last 20 minutes as I'm thinking about different ideas. So I really am just gonna have to end this video by saying, I don't know. I think we'll just have to wait until the next video so that I can focus solely on the ladder and see what I can come up with. I have always some ideas in mind, but sometimes, you know, you don't finalize things. That's just the way I work. I don't finalize things until I kind of really play around with ideas and materials and that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. I do have a good idea to do from here. I just don't know that it will suit the cabin. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video and we'll see what I can come up with. Bye.